There is such a kind of creature in the world. They have been discovered by a few people, but their existence has not been confirmed. We collectively refer to this type of creature as unidentified mysterious animal, or UMA for short. Hello everyone, welcome to the UMA video series. In this issue, we bring you one of the most famous mysterious creatures in the United States, the Mothman. The Mothman, also known as the Mothman, is an unknown creature in American urban legend. It is said that it has a pair of huge wings, is about 7 feet tall, has a wingspan of more than 10 feet, flies extremely fast, has a human-shaped hindquarters, but no head, is covered with black hair, and has a pair of huge red eyes. The chest position looks like an arthropod Mothman missing its midfoot. It was first sighted in West Virginia, USA. On November 12, 1966, at the Clendenin Township Cemetery in the state, several men were preparing for the burial of a grave when a large brown-winged creature suddenly flew out of a nearby tree. Although the sighting was short-lived, several people insisted that what they saw was not a bird, but a humanoid creature. Soon, 3 days later, on November 15, 1966, someone saw this creature again in the TNT area. The TNT area refers to the area surrounding an abandoned ordnance factory north of Pleasant, West Virginia. The facility produced ammunition and explosives during World War II, resulting in severe chemical contamination in the area. At about 12 o'clock in the evening, two young couples were driving past the local old power plant when they saw two shining red eyes on the roadside and heard a scream. Several people immediately stopped to check and found that it was a humanoid creature about 7 feet tall. There were folded wings on the back, and fear prompted them to leave the area immediately. After returning to the town, they were shocked and thought that the light may be too dark to cause visual deviation. In order to face the doubts in their hearts, they decided to drive back to the TNT area to check, but not long after walking, they found this creature beside Highway 62. That's when they realized the creature was anything but a bird, but when they shined their headlights on the creature. But he flew away at an extremely fast speed, and when they returned to town again, he immediately described the incident to the local police. 2 hours later, police officers searched the area but came up empty-handed. The next day, the local media quickly reported on the incident, and news spread of the presence of a giant humanoid creature in the TNT area, influenced by the popular comic book Batman at the time. This creature is dubbed the Russian villain. Over the next year, Pleasant estimates there were over 100 recorded sightings, but no actual photos or other evidence were taken. It wasn't until the Silver Bridge incident that the legend of the Mothman became a new craze. The Silver Bridge was built in 1928 and was the first aluminum-painted suspension bridge in the United States. It was named Silver Bridge because of its silvery white color. On December 15, 1967, a serious collapse occurred on the Silver Bridge, one of the main arteries linking West Virginia and Ohio, causing 31 cars to fall from the bridge. 46 people died on the spot, 9 were seriously injured, and 2 people are missing. It is said that before the bridge collapsed, many people witnessed a giant humanoid creature with wings flying nearby. The strange thing is that since this incident, there were no further recorded sightings of the Mothman in Pleasant, but since then, descriptions of similar sightings have appeared around the world, such as the 1978 Freiburg mine collapse in Germany, where several miners were working. When he was about to go down to the well to work, he found a tall, black humanoid creature standing in front of the well. It made a very sharp cry to people, and then spread its wings on its back and flew away. The men immediately chose not to enter the mine. 1 day later, the mine collapsed and they saved their lives. Another example is the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear power plant explosion. Before the accident, someone saw a huge gray creature flying over the reactor in the sky. Before the 1999 Russian apartment bombing, someone witnessed an unknown flying object. On the day of September 11, 2001, the creature was photographed near the Twin Towers. Before the Great Earthquake in Japan in 2011, someone witnessed a large gray bird with red eyes over the Fukushima nuclear reactor. Between 2011 and 2017, sightings reached another peak, with at least 55 people reporting seeing the Mothman in Chicago. There are countless rumors like this, and most of them are accompanied by disaster, death, and fear. The frequent sightings have led many people to believe it. The appearance of the Mothman will bring misfortune to people or predict an upcoming disaster. So, does this weird humanoid creature really exist? Regarding the speculation about the Mothman, some scholars believe that, just like the speculation about the mandrill, he is a large bird. West Virginia University wildlife biologist Robert Smith believes the Mothman may be a sandhill crane, a large wading bird native to North America. Sandhill cranes are mainly found in Cuba and northeastern Siberia in North America. The bird can grow as tall as a human, has a wingspan of 7 feet, and has red circles around its eyes. This speculation originated in the Gettysburg Times in December 1966 and is still accepted by most people today. Based on this speculation, some people believe that it is very likely that some wild animals have been affected by chemical pollution in the TNT area, causing them to undergo morphological mutations. American paranormal investigator Johnny Nickel believes that this is a bird similar to a barred owl, and the red eyes may be the red-eye effect caused by its reflection of light sources. But most eyewitnesses did not buy this theory, insisting that what they saw was not a bird, but a human that looked like a bird. Another theory is that the Mothman is a creature from the Shawnee tribe's mythology and legend. The White Eagle legend has an Indian named Wopi. He gave birth to a child with the daughter of the star guard in the sky, but the child and the woman were taken high into the sky by the chief. One day, the chief gave Wopi a chance to reunite his family and asked him to go to the forest to get parts of all animals and let everyone pick and take away. As a result, some others chose characters, some chose tails, claws, etc. And then they all turned into corresponding animals and ran away. The Wopi family chose white eagle feathers. They eventually transformed into white eagles together and returned to live in the forest. Locals believe the flying creatures seen by residents may be the shadow of a white eagle. Of course, this slightly romantic explanation obviously does not convince people. There is also a theory that favors a supernatural explanation, saying that the Mothman is an alien life form and has the ability to predict the future. This is also the most widely circulated Mothman legend. The most mysterious statement. After the Silver Bridge incident, this statement spread extremely widely. But in fact, the reason for the collapse of the Silver Bridge was that there were problems with the design of the bridge itself, coupled with the long-term lack of maintenance since its construction in 1928, which led to the disaster. The thing that connects the Silver Bridge with the Mothman is actually a paranormal writer from the United States, John Alva Keel. In his 1975 book, The Prophecy of the Mothman, he tells the story of Pleasant residents witnessing UFOs and the Mothman, which foreshadowed the collapse of the Silver Bridge, and many people were even threatened by the man in black. Component placement. But there is no actual evidence for this, and the author did not find any news about the Mothman sighting above the Silver Bridge when searching for information. This famous sighting photo actually came from a bridge taken by a photography enthusiast in 2003. It turned out to be just a piece of metal that fell off at an angle, and most of the other so-called photos of Mothman were proven to be fake or the product of horror art. It is worth mentioning that The Prophecy of Mothman was adapted into a movie of the same name in 2002, which was released in the United States. Those who are interested can search for it on their own. To sum up, the author believes that it is possible for a creature like the Mothman to exist, but it should not be as mysterious as the rumors. I believe it is a big bird. First of all, the rumors about Mothman have actually been greatly exaggerated since the time we heard them. Coupled with the horrific rendering by domestic and foreign media, the truth is even more mysterious. When searching for information, the author found that many self-media people published articles claiming that the Mothman first appeared in our country in 1926. Some said that a little boy witnessed it near the cemetery, and some said that there were many people before the collapse of the Guandi Reservoir. Sightings of this creature. There is even a note that it was taken from a piece of information called Hidden Animals, but I have not been able to find the source of this information. Moreover, all records at home and abroad describe this matter in passing. Maybe my search resources are limited, but I still don't think this story is credible. Another encyclopedia explains that between 1966 and 1967, most of the Pleasant residents who witnessed the Mothman were mentally disturbed or committed suicide. This incident was sealed as a confidential file by the U.S. security agency, but the author found out. Linda Scarberry, one of the two couples, also gave multiple interviews in 2001. From his words, it was known that the other three were not dead. Linda Scarberry didn't die until 2011, so this isn't true either. The domestic media is still like this. It is conceivable that foreign exaggeration of this matter will only be more exaggerated, and behind most of the disasters so-called Mothman predicted are mysterious biological events that are caused by human beings' destruction of nature. It can obviously attract the attention of many followers of pseudoscience and tilt public opinion. The author feels that rather than placing some of the blame on unknown things, it is better to reflect on our own mistakes. Today, regardless of the truth, the legend of Mothman has become a popular culture, and we can often see its unique image in various film and television games. Since January 2002, the Mothman Prophecy. The story of Mothman has been extremely hyped since the movie was released in theaters. As the Mothman, tourism in his hometown of Pleasant is booming like never before. In September of that year, Pleasant held its first Mothman Festival to celebrate its emergence as a part of the local culture the following year. Sculptor Bob Roach created a unique Mothman statue in Pleasant that stood 12 feet tall, and the Mothman Museum opened across the street from the statue in 2005. More than 15,000 people come to visit every September. Whether the Mothman really exists or not seems to be no longer important to the locals. As far as we are concerned, it may be best to keep it this mysterious. After all, the unknown is always greater than the known, which is also the charm of UMA. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.